Hello everyone and welcome back. Just got home from deer hunting up at the tent yesterday. Went out and sat this morning to see if I saw anything here and I didn't. It's getting colder. Winter's coming for sure, so I'm going to try to get a few things done this week. Well, it's the following morning. It's 10 o'clock in the morning right now. I went out and sat last night, and you saw, and then I sat again this morning. And I'm not going to sit all day. Yesterday I sat until 9:30. Today I was just out there till 9, just trying to get some things done. Yesterday was super windy, so I didn't film anything that I was doing during the day. And today now I want to remove there's some fence posts where I separated the two pastures. I'm going to pull those up because I want to put them next to the garden over here on that boiler side, because we're getting all filled up with the wood in the woodshed and there's still some out there and I want to stack it right there. I can't go deep. I can only go like one row deep because I need to plow snow through there. But that'll be more of it that's not just dumped into a pile. This is going to be a shorter video because it's a shorter week for me, but I do think if we have time we'll go through and look at what we got from the two pigs, just like we did when I brought home the steer. I think we'll get that done. The part that I ordered for the four-wheeler came in, so I'd like to put that in and see if this 10th thing that I've done is the one that will make it run or not. Hey, Mesa. The top of the ground is starting to freeze. The next couple days are going to be pretty warm, like around 50, but then next week it's going to get cold again, so it won't be long and you wouldn't be able to get this fence post out until next spring. Well, it's the next morning. It's actually about 10 minutes to 11 right now. I had to work this morning and didn't see anything last night. And I didn't go out this morning because I wanted to get it done early. Today is supposed to be, I think, 55 degrees. So this could be we might not get another 50-degree day, or this year. And I have a heating element put into Mesa's watering tank, but I don't have one put into here yet. You can see it right there. And when I got back from deer hunting, they were having to beat the ice like 2 or 3 inches, or probably 2 inches of ice on the top. So this one here I plugged in and everything thawed real nice. So now I have to get this one installed into this tank, and they should be good for the winter also. Last year I had one that it just dropped in, and then it had a round metal thing on the bottom that kept it off the bottom. But the cows would 4 or 5 times last winter dug it out, and then the water starts to freeze, and you only check it about every 2 days. So and then eventually they broke it. So I wanted to get one that just puts into the bottom like this so they can't do that to it. Especially with those 2 troublemakers right there. Mr. Bull Calf, he wasn't that much of a troublemaker, but the calf that Mesa had on the right there, he's a little troublemaker, and then kind of eggs on Mr. Bull Calf. Well, I put 4 posts in. Now we can stack wood in between those. easily accessible to put it in the wood boiler, and it won't get in the way of plowing. I got the heating element in there, and they're thirsty. I knew that they would because they were almost out last night, but I didn't want to have to dump it out. So now that's in. In fact, when I got out here, they had tipped it over and pushed it all the way over in the corner by where Mesa's water is. I'm filling hers up now. And then I have to figure out what to do with that hose this winter. I'm not going to do it like I did last winter, where I had that hose like spraying a little bit of water all winter long. So basically for 7 months of the year, that hose was trickling, and it had to be more than a trickle because otherwise it would still freeze up. I mean, 30 below is 30 below. So I don't know. I'm actually thinking I've got an old refrigerator that doesn't work in the garage, and the hose comes out from underneath the cat trailer thing right there, whatever you want to call it. We're actually, I don't know, I shouldn't say anything. We really want to get rid of that because we'll see how things go next year. The last couple of years have been just, there's been other stuff that money needed to be spent on. But if I put a heat tape on the hose that comes out, because it's only about 6 foot till it gets to the outside, underneath, I could shove a hole in the back of an old refrigerator and put a light bulb in there, and then I would have that 6 feet would be heat taped, and then inside of the refrigerator, one light bulb, and that would keep the refrigerator warm enough so all I have to do is roll that hose and shove it in there versus unhooking it and going all the way into the workshop like I did last year. I was going to build something there, but I mean a refrigerator is going to look really stupid, but it sure would do the trick. So I don't know. Do I want to go that hillbilly? We'll see. As soon as Mesa's water is done, I'm going to run in and make some lunch. Tomorrow I think that Melissa's going to do breakfast for lunch. We haven't done that for quite a while. And then on Sunday we're going to use, I don't know, probably 4 of the pork steaks from our pigs. And she's going to do pork steaks and onion gravy. And that'll be the first time we get to taste it and see if we like it. I was just out here with the four-wheeler, and the new idle air control valve showed up, so I put it in, and it didn't help. So, I mean, we replaced the fuel filter, fuel pump, that whole assembly. I had to do the starter because that was bad. New battery, new solenoid, new spark plug. What else? I don't even know what else we put in it. Anyway, if I shoot starting fluid down the throttle body, it'll run just fine. But it's not getting any fuel. And since this is electronic fuel injected, I mean, what is there to clean in that carburetor? I'm really not sure. So, I mean, it's just plain not getting fuel. And I just don't get it because the whole fuel, you know, this whole thing is brand new now going in there. And I just don't know what to do next. Melissa just asked me, she goes, "What now?" I messaged her and I said, "I'm going to go sit in my little deer blind. Maybe I can take out some of my frustrations if I get lucky." Well, we got a whole bunch of that wood is stacked there right now, and I think 1 or 2 more days and a whole entire pile will be over. It's almost done now. And we got a lot of wood stacked there, and I already burnt quite a bit. I mean, that boiler's been going now for 3 weeks. never let it shut down. So anyway, in this video, which is a lot shorter than usual, but there's just, like I said, I think I said before, there's just a lot going on. And also this time, right now, everybody's going to be asking, where is the deer camp video? I'm still editing the deer camp video. So that, I'm not even done with the first folder, and I think I have 12 folders. Some of them don't have as many clips in it, but the first one is huge, and then the last one is always huge. But anyway, I'm still working on that, so stay tuned. But I said I would go through the pork stuff. I know I showed this in the last video. We have not ate any of it yet. Tomorrow we're going to be doing pork steaks. And so I'm going to be bringing in 2 packages of pork steaks. That's a pork roast there. Pork steaks. Yeah, each one of these has 2 in it. But what I wanted to do is go over the list like we did before. I think I'm going to get 2 bigger packages because when she does that, she does it in a great big cast iron pot. So let's go over that stuff. But you know, we have chops, roasts, pork steaks, hams up here. We've got bones, we've got all of the trim, and I have everything written down. I have stuff in the other freezer too, which I showed in that last farmhouse video. I'll do this in here because it's warm in here. Alright, so we had 2 whole pigs. We said yes to the pork steaks, 2 per package. Yes to the shoulder roast. Yes to pork chops, 4 per package. No smoked ham. No bacon. Fresh ham, yes. We did whole ham, so we have 4 whole hams in there. Side pork, which we call that pork belly. You know, that's what you make the bacon out of, so we got that. We did get 5 pounds of their breakfast sausage, which came in just like when you get ground beef, just the plastic, looks like a pound of hamburger, just so we could try it, because next year if we wanted to have them make some sausage, we could, but who wants to get 20 or 30 pounds of sausage and then find out that it sucks, you know? So we did not do that. We're going to try it. We did get the trim, lard. We kept that. There wasn't a whole lot. He said they weren't super fatty pigs. And we got the bones for broth. So with the 2 pigs, hanging weight was 464 pounds. So those 2 pigs weighed almost the same hanging weight as the steer did. I should have looked up, the sheet's in there. But it was 453 or 73 with the steer. And the total for us to get it butchered, cut up, wrapped, packaged, all that was $375.10. I will give you guys, I'll let you look at this when I'm done. I'll put the camera on it. Now looking at this, the breakdown of everything, 2 pigs, we got 24 packages of pork chops, 4 per package. So we got 96 pork chops, 19 packages of pork steaks, 2 per package, so we got 38 pork steaks, 69 pounds of trim, and that's what we want to grind in and make sausage, but I don't really want to mix it with beef or just have pork sausage. I mean, we can do that, but it would be nice to have venison, and especially with like breakfast sausage. Venison mixed in with breakfast sausages to make it is so good. Ribs, we got 4 packages of ribs. Roasts, we got 10 packages. 10 packages of roasts. I guess it did. It just said pork roast on there. He asked if we wanted the shoulder roast. It must be shoulder roast because everything else is ham. Ham, we got 4 hams, 20 pound, a 19 pound, and a 19 pound. 4 pork bellies, and they're pretty good, folded into some bags. So that's what we will make our own bacon. And with the hams too, I want to do, like I've done it before when I was at the hobby farmhouse, where you put it into a 5-gallon bucket with all of your cure and everything, and I think it sits in there for like 14 days, and then you take it out and you can smoke it or whatever you want to do with it, and it's ready to go. I think we're going to be doing some like that, but I think with 2 of them, we're going to actually go even farther back in time and dry cure them. This is the perfect time of year for that, because the first 6 weeks, you got to keep it like 40 degrees or below. And in the wintertime here now, it can stay, I mean, right now it's 42 degrees in here. I said it's warm, but it's warmer than it is outside. So we can leave it in here to drain for 6 weeks. After that, it just gets hung, and it might hang for 7 months to even a year. And we really want to try that. So I think we're going to do that with 1 or 2 of them. The pork belly, we got 4, of course. We got 1 big bag of bones, and she will make bone broth out of that. She made all that bone broth. She just got done with from the steer bones. She still has 2 more bags of those to do, and then she made all of the tallow out of the fat, and she just really did good on that. Melissa did. And then we got 1 bag of, just a smaller bag of, I suppose that's like the organ fat or whatever, that she could use to make the lard. So we'll see with, I mean, I already have the butcher date, or the date with the processor for next year, September 30th. And then I contacted the people that we got the little pigs from and said, I need pigs. I just backed it up 6 months. I need them born on this day or right around this time. And so, but now we'll try this meat, because I can't remember what kind these were. There was like 2 main ones in there, and then there was manganese or some weird one that was just a little bit. And I'm not interested in really getting a pig that you have to raise for 12 months. They're supposed to be cheaper to raise because they'll eat less over that 12 months than like these did at 6 months. But giving them all of that milk, that's what we're interested in. These pigs basically got 2 gallons of milk their whole entire life, every single day. So what did that do to the meat? When I raised them at the hobby farmhouse, I went somewhere that had an ad on, I don't know, Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and I got a whole entire pallet, maybe more than 1 pallet, of cake mix. And that was I mean, I mixed it with some grain and stuff, but that was their main diet, was this huge pallet of cake mix. And the only thing is, the feed that we fed these pigs and everything, no soy product in it at all. And can you imagine all of the chemicals and soy stuff and everything that was in that cake mix? So I'm interested to see how this tastes, because they had no shots, no growth hormones, anything like that from like what you would buy in the store. So we're interested on that. But anyway, if we like it, then we'll get them same 2 kind of pigs. If we don't, maybe then we will go with a different breed, and you could get, they make pigs that are larder pigs, lard, is that what they're called? Where they're really fat for making lard. But the only thing we really use lard for, though, is seasoning pans, cast iron. We tried cooking fish in lard when we were up at the cabin, opening fishing, and we did not like it. So, but she's got a lot of tallow, and that's supposed to be really good for doing French fries, because we do our own French fries sometimes, and we do it in peanut oil. We can switch to tallow, and then when we do a fish fry, we'll switch to tallow. So if the pigs taste good, I'm really not worried too much about getting one that has more fat. I mean, those pigs were pretty big. I can't imagine going much bigger. 464 hanging weight, that's 232 pounds a piece. And a lot of people bring their pigs in when they're around 200 pounds. So these were some pretty big boys. You can go ahead and take a look at this, and if you want to read it better, you can pause the video. This is our whole worksheet. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks a lot for watching. It's Friday night right now. I usually put this up on Saturday at 5 o'clock, so I've got to get in there and get editing. This time of year, too, it all starts when getting ready for duck camp. So I've got that video. I'm constantly doing my weekly farmhouse video, and then I have duck camp, which is one of the 2 or 3 longest videos of the year. One of like the longest 4 if you consider both channels. Then after that, there's deer stand weekend, which I did, and then there is deer camp, which I'm doing right now, and it's so much slammed in to one area that you get burnt out on editing, and plus time-wise, you're always rushing to get everything done for wintertime. So everything kind of bottlenecks every year right now, but I think I'm keeping up pretty good. Melissa told me today, you can see some of the black chickens in the back there. Those are the ones that we that hatched this spring. Well, of the 7, I think 4 of them are roosters. Oh, I forgot to grab those pork steaks out of the workshop. 1, 2. You can easily tell by their tails. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 of them, and I have to get them in the freezer. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing because they're not a meat breed. I suppose they would be like a dual breed, but there's a lot of stuff that Melissa makes where it's boneless, skinless chicken thighs or whatever, or skinless breast. So I'm just going to, when I butcher them, I'm just going to skin them. I'm not going to go through plucking them and everything. And then she'll have it for that, because I don't mind processing chickens one bit, but plucking them without a plucker is really a pain. But there's no reason to feed 4 chickens that are doing absolutely nothing for me. I have the rooster already. And I know you guys can say the same thing about the turkeys. All they're doing is eating and doing nothing. You guys warned me with the turkeys, though. Yeah, they're not going in the freezer. I'm pretty sure they're going to be pets forever. Come on, Joni, let's go. I will see you guys on the next video.